habang dumadami ang user ng internet, humihina ho ang internet namin. So I decided to pre-record the lesson tonight, and I have asked my staff from Cagayan de Oro, si Lloyd Salarda, to broadcast from Cagayan para hindi maputol yung lesson. Ayoko na mabitin kayo, even tonight it's raining in Bukidnon, and naka-Starlink lang kami kasi problema yung cable namin. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. No, I will ask my staff to share the video. I will be here the whole time, and I am hoping na sana matulungan ko kayo mamaya during the question and answer portion. So I will be back ho, ha. So I'll see you later. So share ko sana yung video na ngayon. Lloyd? I have entitled my talk this evening as Cultivate to Elevate. As an entrepreneur, na-realize ko that if you want to grow your business, you need to spend time really cultivating it and taking care of it. As a business leader, I realize this is also an important principle. Marami akong tao sa farm, and when we began, I could not afford to hire very good people. So I had to find ways to nurture them so they can become the kind of people I want them to be. Before I share with you the main lesson I have prepared, meron ho sana akong gustong i-share sa inyo na I realize about your business. Alam mo, na-realize ko na being a financial advisor is one of the best opportunities in business because you get to earn an entrepreneur's income without investing in a company or creating your own product. And most of you are here because of that phrase, entrepreneur's income. Ako, I like to encourage many of my friends na may plano maging OFW to consider yung industry. Kaya ako gusto yung industry nyo kasi hindi nila kailangan sana mag-abroad para lang kumita ng malaki. So I want you to know that you're in a very good business. You're also in very good hands sa ProLife Alexandria 2 District. I have talked to your district in the past and I've heard many good things about it. So you are in a good place. However, I want you to also know na ang pinasok ninyo hindi madali. I have been working with your industry for siguro close to 10 years already. And I have been studying your industry, wanting to be able to help people better. And in one of my research, I discovered na ang turnover daw sa industry
Recording in
ninyo
progress.
masyadong mataas. According to this article that I read, 50% of the recruits will leave in the first year. And the 80% will leave after 3 years. So, ang bilis ng turnover ng tao sa inyo. So, kailangan kayo parati mag-spend time sa recruiting, sa training, tapos minsan na-train mo na, mamaya mawawala na naman. According to the article, the reason for the high turnover is because nahirapan kayo maghanap ng tamang tao. Oftentimes, because of the pressure to just recruit, minsan maski sino lang daw ang iniimbita. Tapos naman, pag nakita kayo ng magaling tao, ang hirap naman nila i-retain. Especially today na ang dami-daming opportunities around us. You have to compete with online jobs, network marketing, yung iba pa, kailangan magnegosyo. On the other hand, when you keep certain people to become financial advisors, ang concern naman, bakit ang hirap nila ipa-excel? Can you relate to these concerns? Tama ba itong sinasabi ko sa inyo? Before I share with you some of the solutions I've discovered, let me just give you a little background of myself para lang maintindihan nyo kung meron ba akong karapatan magturo sa inyo. I used to work for Hewlett Packard. In Hewlett Packard, I was a sales engineer. I was selling some of their complicated high technology equipment, tawag namin, test equipment that were used in manufacturing and telecommunication, also in computer. The last position I held in Hewlett Packard was assistant country manager of that division. But even up to the day I left, I was selling for them. I was in charge also of sales. Today, I am known as a farmer and entrepreneur from Bukidnon. I grow high-value crops like lettuce, kale, sugar beet, Japanese cucumber, tomatoes, and our crops are pesticide-free and naturally grown. We also grow different livestocks like goats, sheep, pigs, rabbits, cows. Yung ng mga livestock naman namin are free-range and grass-fed. So meron akong experience as an employee. Meron din akong experience as a leader. Meron akong experience as an entrepreneur. But then also as a farmer. However, life has not always been good ho sa amin. When I moved my family to Bukidnon in 1998 na wala kaming kaibigan and kamag-anak, our first house was a 20-foot container van. The reason bakit siya container van was because I resigned from Hewlett Packard in 1997. Because I resigned and forfeited my retirement, pagdating ho namin sa Bukidnon, wala kaming pera. But to start a business, we borrowed money from the family of my wife to buy this land. I don't know kung nakapunta ka na sa Bukidnon. But when people come to Bukidnon, sabi nila, ang ganda ng Bukidnon, all green. And I often have to correct them. I would tell them na hindi maganda ang Bukidnon kasi puro kugon. You see, kugon is a symbol of desolation. Pag nakita ka ng kugunan, walang ibang tutubong tanim dyan kung hindi kugon. In order to kill kugon, you have to improve the soil. So dyan ho kami nagsimula. And I want you to know that our beginning was very difficult. I had a hard time making the business earn for the first 4 years. And because of this struggle, I reached a point of depression. In order to cope, I started to read the Bible. Nung simula ko, when I read the Bible, I was just reading it for comfort. I was hoping that God would provide me the peace that I need kasi wala ho kaming kamag-anak and kaibigan sa Bukidnon. But as I read the Bible from cover to cover kasi hindi naman ako pare o pastor, so I just decided to read it through and through. As I read it, I realized that many of the people we call prophets were actually businessmen and many of them were farmers and they were ultra successful. So one day I told myself, Dong, kailangan mo maintindihan ang alam nila. And sabi ko pa sa sarili ko, Dong, total, wala nang mawawala sa'yo kasi wala na lahat. Walang mawawala if you now read the Bible as a business book, which I did. Today ho, I explain business using the Bible as a reference. And mamaya I will be using Bible verses to explain principles sa inyo. Sana huwag kayo ma-offend. I will not convert you from your religion. I will just show you how these principles have helped me. When I realized that the Bible is a business book, I decided to obey everything it says, even to the point of resting our land on the seventh year. When I did that, many amazing things started to happen. One of the highlight of our business journey is we became the biggest lettuce supplier of McDonald's in the whole country from 2002 to 2010. Let me show you pa the other miracles that happened. Naalala nyo yung container van namin? Today, God has blessed us with this house. And yung barren land, today is a 25-year-old forest. So as an entrepreneur, naintindihan ko rin ho paano magsimula ng maliit, trabahuin siya para lumaki. Kaya nga 'di ba ang title, You Cultivate to Elevate. Today people have been asking me to teach them how we do business. And they have often asked me to share our story because na-encourage daw sila. In 2014, a number of people encouraged me to write my story in a book form para daw mabasa ng ibang tao at matuto sila. So I did that. I obeyed what they said. In 2014, I published my first book entitled Breaking Through. The reason why I chose this title is because naniniwala ako ito kwento namin. We were able to break through. Alam mo nyo, yung galing ka sa wala, pumunta ka sa mas magandang buhay. And naniniwala talaga ako ngayon that the reason why you are with True Life is because you are looking for your own breakthrough. And ngayong gabi naman, the reason why I was invited to talk to you is so that God can show you how to create that breakthrough. I want you to know that if you want to have a breakthrough in your life, God wants to create that in your life. However, I also learned that it is difficult to create a breakthrough if you do not understand the ways of the Lord. Alam nyo, na-discover ko that the Bible is not just a spiritual book. It's a very practical guide to life. And because of that, in 2015, I published a second book entitled Keeper of His Garden. In this book, I shared the business and life principles that God taught me that allowed us to go from where we were before to where we are today. Alam ho nyo, meron akong dream. I wish all Filipinos will be able to read my book, not because of the money I will earn, but because I want them to experience the breakthrough that we experience. Kanina sabi ko sa inyo, I teach business according to the Bible, but there is another reference that I use to explain how to grow a business and how to manage people, and that is the ways of the plant. The reason I did this is because when I was struggling in our business, I was asking the Lord, Lord, ano ba dapat kong gawin para mapaganda ang negosyo? When I was trying to find solution to my concern, God brought me to this verse, Genesis 1:28, and it reads, God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and rule over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that moves on the earth.
Answer eh. Ayaw siya.
Noon ho, before I came to Bukidnon, akala ko ang ibig sabihin ng to be fruitful is magpadami ng anak. When I was asking the Lord to teach me what to do to improve our business, when I saw this verse, I was already a better farmer. Alam ho nyo, I'm an engineer by education. So, hindi ko gusto na sasabihin mo sa akin paano magtanim. Kailangan ko maintindihan anong mangyayari sa tanim kung ginawa ko yung sinabi mo. So, I studied the plant in all its detail. And when I saw that phrase, be fruitful, hindi ho bata ang nakita ko, kung hindi tanim. I saw how it started as a seed, lumaki, mamaya namunga. And so I realized that in Genesis 1:28, God was showing me a model of how to live my life and how to grow a business. Sana sa explain this principle, maintindihan din nyo how to live your life and grow your business. So let me share with you principles about the plant, and I will relate it to business and also leadership. Plant's life starts from a very simple seed. In the proper season, mamumunga yan. But I want you to take note of what I said, in the proper season. But for a seed to become eventually fruitful, kailangan yan siyang palakihin mabuti ng isang farmer. The plant must be able to grow healthy in order to become fruitful. Alam niyo ba na ang bunga are natural byproduct of a healthy plant? Ibig sabihin, pag healthy yung tanim, kusang mamumunga. The plant does not worry about bearing fruit. Ang worry ng tanim is that it becomes healthy because yung bunga natural na lumalabas. Ang pinaka-importanting part ng tanim are the roots. The roots decide how big the plant will grow and how fruitful it will become. So yun ang una niyang inaasikaso. Ang pinoprotektahan talaga ng tanim, ang roots niya. If you remember your lessons of photosynthesis, you see water comes from the ground, carbon dioxide comes from the air. There is a limited amount of carbon dioxide. Pero what limits the plant from being able to make more fruit is the size of the roots. Kung konti lang ang nakuha niyang tubig sa ground, konti lang din ang magagawa niyang carbohydrates. So roots are the most important part of the plant. On the other hand, I want you to understand that the roots represents the plant's ability to absorb the nutrients around it and anchor itself. If you notice, I highlighted the word ability because sa negosyo mo, yun din ang importante, ability. Friends, I need you to understand that every seed has the potential to become fruitful. Kung kumuha ka ng binhi, maski may konting sira ang binhi, basta nag-germinate siya pagtanim mo, may posibilidad na mamunga siya. However, even though every seed has the potential to become fruitful, a seed does not become fruitful on its own. It needs a good farmer to bring out its potential. Now, ano ang connection nito sa pagiging financial advisor or sa pagiging leader? Kanina I asked you, why is it hard to make financial advisors excel? Hirap na tayo maghanap ng tao, hirap pa tayo mag-retain, tapos minsan ang hirap pa talaga ipa-excel lahat ng financial advisor who stays in your group. Bakit? The reason why most people have a hard time excelling is because most of us do not realize that nobody goes to college wanting to sell insurance. Can I ask you, can you raise your hand? Sino sa inyo ang nag-aral sa college or university thinking magbibenta ako ng insurance later? Sino? Wala, di ba? Some of you are engineers, doctors, nurses, iba pa accountant. Today, andito kayo nagbibenta ng insurance. Why? Because you were attracted to this idea of the entrepreneur's income. Most people who join your industry were attracted by the potential income they will earn. But is that wrong? Of course not. Lahat naman tayo nangangarap ng magandang kita. Because lahat tayo nangangarap na magkaroon ng fruitful future. And I want you to understand that is what God wants you to have, a fruitful future. Ano ang fruitful future? Yung bang umaapaw? Na pwede kang tumulong, mamigay, na hindi ka matatakot kasi marami pang naiiwan, marami pang laman yung baol? Yun ang gusto na buhay ni God para sa'yo. And I am sure yun ang gusto mong buhay. Pero bakit ang hirap? Mahirap siya kasi hindi natin rinirespeto ang potensyal ng bawat tao. What do I mean? If every seed has the potential to become fruitful, I need you to understand that every person has the potential to become a successful financial advisor. Na lahat kayo pwede mag-excel. Lahat kayo pwede maging sales manager in the future, maybe branch manager, or even a district manager. All of you have that potential. However, people do not become successful on their own. They need a good leader to bring out that potential. And one of the things I learned as an entrepreneur, kailangan ko tulungan ang mga tao ko gumaling for my sake. However, as the plant go through a process of growth, people also go through process of growth. They do not become successful overnight. They become successful over time. And ang pag-grow ng mga tao is intentional. Alam mo, before I became an entrepreneur, nung nasa HP pa ako, ang turo sa amin, hire the best. So when I became an entrepreneur, I wanted to hire the best. Kaso lang, na-realize ko, when I became an entrepreneur, wala akong pangbayad sa best. Kasi wala naman akong laking kita na katulad ng HP. So nung una, naghahanap ako ng magaling na tao, i-hire, pero I could not afford them. So I realized that a good leader is someone who can take a person with potential and make them the best. So if you really want to grow your business, isa yan sa dapat mong matutunan. However, I realize the reason why many people struggle in your business is because you choose to be a hunter, not a farmer. In my study about your business, I discovered that there are two salespeople. One is a hunter, and then merong farmer. Most people want to be known as hunters because yan yung masipag, yan yung mga outspoken, yan yung mga extrovert, and they don't want to be identified as a farmer. However, let me show you how this affects the way you do business. Hunters Look for perfect things, perfect recruits, perfect customers, perfect opportunities. The reason why many people struggle during the pandemic, maraming nawala ng negosyo na financial advisor because nawala yung perfect opportunities. All of a sudden, naghirap ang buong industry. And some of you are still struggling today, maski tapos na ang pandemic for a year, because you are still looking for these perfect things. Perfect recruits, perfect customers, perfect opportunities. Friends, I want you to know that there is no such thing. There are no perfect recruits, there are no perfect customers, there are no perfect opportunity. Ako, when I was selling for HP noon, initially I had that mindset. I was a hunter. But towards the end of my career, I had to change my mind. And today, naintindihan ko ano yung value ng change na yon. Because I started to develop a farmer's mindset. A farmer's mindset naman will cultivate. Ano ibig sabihin? Realizing that there are no perfect recruits, he will cultivate the people he will invite. Understanding that there are no perfect customers, he will nurture the people he will meet. And then, since there are no perfect opportunities, he will nurture the opportunities before him. Alagaan niya yan, i-develop niya yan. How do you do this? One of the most important thing I learned during the pandemic is this idea of adjusting. Since there are no perfect opportunities, ang ginawa ko is to adjust to the opportunities before me. Let me share with you a story. When the pandemic happened in March 2020, nagsara ho lahat ng restaurant at saka hotel. So nawalan ho kami ng kliyente. And for 2 months, we were struggling. I sold off a lot of goats and a lot of sheep just to pay the salary of my people. We sold a lot of bamboos. Mabuti na nakita kami ng mga bumibili ng kawayan and we sold a lot of bamboos. However, I was very concerned of what we will do with our main business, yung gulay. Yung babuyan namin was under Monterey, so hindi siya masyado concerned. Pero yung gulayan, meron ho akong around 20 to 30 people dependent on that business. Pero nagsara, di ba? Nagsara ang restaurant, ang hotel, and the supermarket did not sell a lot of lettuce and high-value vegetables kasi hindi siya kailangan during the time. So what did I do? One day I asked myself, saan napunta yung mga taong mahilig kumain ng lettuce? Saan napunta yung mga dating turista na parating kumakain sa hotel? Di ba they stayed home? They stayed home and I am sure they still want to eat those things. So what did I do? I created a system that would deliver our products to their homes. So we started with a few friends. We told them we will deliver sa bahay nila. And then we started with 20 people. As we delivered, we made sure we take care of our customer. I am not a person na magaling sa advertising o sa marketing. Naniniwala ako that word of mouth is the best way to promote our product. So I took good care of our existing customer. Mamaya, they would tell their neighbors and their friends about us. At the end of the pandemic, yung 20 na kliyente namin sa simula has become 250.
Ah,
What did we do? We adjusted to the opportunities because opportunities will never adjust to you. Do not look for perfect recruits or perfect customers or perfect opportunities. There is no such thing. Kung gusto mo sila maging perfect, you need to take good care of them and make them perfect with the services you offer. Friends, kamusta ka na? How is your business? Is it recovering well or is it struggling? Are you flying high or are you still looking for a solution to your situation? At the end of the pandemic, I have this friend in another insurance company who invited me to talk to her team. At the end of my talk, somebody approached me and asked me, sabi niya sa akin, Sir Dong, how do I recover? I am so discouraged today kasi nawala yung merkado. How do I motivate myself to be able to recover? Sabi ko sa kanya, alam mo ba na where you are today is a byproduct of what you did yesterday? The reason why your business is struggling today is you did not work hard during the pandemic. Kasi alam ho nyo, para sa akin, yung pandemic weird na weird yan. What do I mean? Some people were excited. Ang dami kong kaibigan nagsabi, ay, Dong, salamat nagkaroon ng pandemic. Lumaki yung negosyo ko. Yung iba naman na discourage, sabi nila, ay, grabe na pandemic yan. Sinira niya negosyo ko. The pandemic was the same to both people. Kaso lang yung isa took advantage of the pandemic, yung isa did not. So sabi ko dun sa kausap ko, the reason why you're struggling today is because you did not take advantage of the opportunities in the past. So ulitin ko, where you are today is a byproduct of what you did yesterday. However, where you will be tomorrow will depend on what you do today. So sabi niya sa akin, di ba, how do I motivate myself? Sabi ko sa kanya, pag hindi mo minotivate sarili mo, ikaw magugutom. Do not look for external motivation. Motivate yourself because ikaw ang magugutom or ikaw ang makikinabang. So allow me to just go back to the ways of the plant. Friends, I need you to understand, kung hindi ka nagtanim, wala kang aanihin. Kung hindi mo alagaan, walang bungang lalabas. Pag pinabayaan mo, baka mamatay pa siya. Alam mo, during the pandemic, I was also able to create a program entitled The Financial Advisor's Journey to Fruitfulness. In this program, I tried to help financial advisor develop an entrepreneurial mindset. I don't know if you'd like to consider that in the future, but let me go to the other subject of this training about you as a leader. As a leader, I wish that you will also be a farmer. Para sa akin, leadership is not about the people you lead, but about the leader who leads them. If you read books, they will tell you that leadership is influence. Ako naman as a farmer, I discovered that leadership is much deeper. Para sa akin, leadership is about bringing people from where they are to where you want them to be. Di ba parang farmer? If I am a farmer, I will take the seed, grow it well so that it become fruitful. A farmer will take the seed and bring it to where he wants it to become fruitful. I'd like to bring back this verse because I'd like to highlight something important that will help you make what you have fruitful. And it is the idea of to rule over. To rule over in Hebrew is the word rada. Hindi ibig sabihin that you dominate, that you control. Ang ibig sabihin ng rada is that you take care of it. You see in the Bible, there is another word for Lord, and it is Adon. Adon is the privilege of the husband, the master, and the owner. So, ang pwede lang mag-lord over yung may-ari. So, if God owns everything, then only God can lord over. Ako, since I am the steward, I need to rule over, taga-alaga ko ako. But before I leave this slide, meron no sana akong sa inyong tanong. Meron ba sa inyo ang mga misis dito? Can you raise your hands? Mga misis? Okay. Kung misis ka, I want you to see that husbands are Lord. According to the Bible, dapat ang mga husband tinatawag na Lord. You know, as I say this, I am sure maraming mga misis gumiwi yung mukha. Parang hindi kayo natuwa, natatawagin niyo yung husband niyo ng Lord. So, dapat mamaya, pagkatapos ng lesson natin, puntahan mo mister mo, tapos sabihin mo, Lord, magsaing ka na kasi gutom na ako. Di ba, before mo utusan, respetuhin mo muna para matuwa naman kami pagsilbihan kayo. Joke lang ho yun. But anyway, this idea of ruling over or taking care of things was something Jesus taught also. Let me show you. Sabi ng Matthew 20:25 to 26, but Jesus called them to himself and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentile lord it over them, and their great men exercise authority over them. It is not this way among you. But whoever wishes to become great among you shall be your servant." Alam mo ba nyo noon, I do not like the idea of servant leadership. Isip ko, bakit ko pagsisilbihan yung mga tao ko, pinaghirapan ko yung posisyon ko, pagsisilbihan ko sila? Then when I was reviewing the ways of the Lord in the Bible, I discovered that this is a very, very powerful principle. When Jesus said that we are there to serve in Greek is diakoneo. Ang ibig niyang sabihin, to wait upon and to take care of. It is the same idea as rada in Hebrew, to rule, taga-alaga. I want you to know that this is one of the most powerful business principle or leadership principle that I discovered. What do I mean? Let me show you. Ito ho yung lupa namin nung nagsimula kami. Walang kwenta. Inalagaan ko ho yan. Tinaniman ko, prinotektahan ko. Today, ako ang inaalagaan ng lupa namin. It provides for all my needs. Pag ang baboy namin nagkasakit, alam ba nyo, nakukuha kami ng kutsara, we literally feed the pig. Hindi lang pwedeng gamot. Kasi pag hindi siya kumain, mamamatay siya. Parang bata, di ba? Yung anak nyo pag nagkasakit, kailangan kumain. Hindi siya pwedeng buhayin ng gamot. So we serve the pigs. And then the pigs serve us in return. In 2016, we experienced the worst El Nino that we've experienced. 1 year na walang tubig. So ang gagawin ho namin, gigising kami ng alas 8 ng gabi o alas 9 para magdilig. Kasi kung magdidilig kami sa araw, masasayang yung tubig. So pinagsilbihan namin yung tanim namin. Mamaya pinagsisilbihan kami ng tanim namin. I have been building my forest, planting trees, and today as I serve the land provides all the lumber I need. Kasi gusto ko mag-grow ng sheep and goats, I planted a lot of land with grass. There was even this person from Department of Agriculture. Sabi niya, "Do, ngayon lang ako nakita ng 9 hectares na grass plantation na." Now, why did I do that? Because I need to serve my goat and my sheep. When I serve them, they serve me. Friends, serve your business and it will serve you. Take care of your customers and they will take care of you. Help your people succeed and they will help you succeed in return. So I say, serve and you will be served. Let me share with you one of the most important people principle I learned from Hewlett Packard. Sabi nila sa akin, everybody wants to do a good job. Nobody wants to fail. When they fail, they either do not know their job or they are in the wrong job. Yung ni-recruit mo na tao, gusto na mag-succeed. Hindi lang niya alam paano. Yung umalis, gusto rin niya mag-succeed. Kaso minsan hindi natin tinulungan. Aside from looking for the right people, naniniwala ako, lahat ng recruit ninyo has the potential to become successful financial advisors. Kaso lang tayo na leader. We need to be able to help bring them from where they are to where you want them to be. Kanina sabi ko, leadership is not about your people, but about the person who leads them. So I say this, teaching by example is not the best way to train your people. It is the only way. Minsan, turo tayo ng turo sa mga tao natin, pero hindi natin ginagawa. Do you know that people get disappointed and frustrated when they do not see their leaders doing what they're saying? So kaya sabi ko kanina, leadership is not about the people you lead, but about the person who leads. I discovered that if I want to grow my business, I must be a good example to my people. So I say, you cannot give away something you do not have. You cannot teach something you do not know. If you really want to be a good business leader, you take care of yourself first. You be concerned about your growth because people will not do what you say, they will do what you do. Alam mo ba bakit sikat na sikat ang YouTube as a reference? Because when you tell people, ito gawin mo, ano una lang ginagawa? Naghanap sila ng example. So as a leader, when you tell your people to work hard, ang una nilang gagawin, maghahanap ng example. And ang una lang titingnan ikaw. When you tell your people to make 5 calls a day, they will look for examples. And ang una lang titingnan ikaw. So if you really want to elevate your business, you do not only cultivate your people, you cultivate yourself. In order to bring out the potential of your people, there is another strategy or principle I'd like to share with you. This is the principle I use in our farm to develop my own people. Sa farm ho namin, ang supervisor ko for our high-value crop operation, grade 5 lang ang natapos. Pero kung magsalita yun, kala mo agriculturist. Sa babuyan naman namin, ang farm supervisor ko, high school lang ang natapos. And yet, when we were still working with Monterey, we were always at the top 3 of the performers. And nagsimula tong dalawang ito sa akin, laborer lang sila. So how was I able to take them from a very simple position, a position na wala silang alam, to a position of greatness? The principle I use is to know the condition of my people. What do I mean? Well, natutunan ko tong prinsipyo na to when I was working for HP. There is also a portion in the Bible that talks about the power of this principle. Let me show you. In Proverbs chapter 27, sabi dyan, know well the condition of your flocks, and pay attention to your herd. For riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure to all generations. When the grass disappears, the new growth is seen, and the herbs of the mountain are gathered in. The lambs will be for your clothing, and the goat will bring the price of a field. And there will be goat milk enough for your food, for the food of your household, and the sustenance of your maiden. Do you want to be able to buy a field or a land from the proceeds of your work sa trabaho na ginagawa mo today? According to Proverbs, know well the condition of your flocks. You know, karamihan ng leaders, they only meet their people in groups. Di ba, most of the time, meron kayong mga group meeting where you ask people to give you an update and bibigyan nyo sila ng instruction. While this is a required activity, I realize it is not powerful enough to be able to grow the individual. Ako, when I was still managing the sales team of HP, I make it a point that I go with each person, with each sales engineer, at least once a month. What do I mean? Meron na akong 8 sales engineer during the time. And every week, I will go with 2 of them. So, whole day akong kasama. Pagkasama ko sila, I will watch how they sell. And oftentimes they will tell me, boss, ikaw mag-explain na. And sasabihin ko, hindi, I am here to observe so that I can help you. However, I was also a strict boss. So pag nakakita ko ng mali sa kanila, I would point that out, I would scold them. However, throughout the day, magkasama kami and we would talk about many, many different things, pati simpleng mga bagay. Even up to today, my favorite question to my people is, kamusta ka na? When I say kamusta ka na, I am not asking about their job. I am asking about them as a person. Pamilya, anak, asawa, pera. And we get the chance to discuss many simple things. During the time, naka-explain ko sa kanila mga prinsipyo ko na papasa ko. The reason I do this is because of 2 reasons. One, karamihan ng problema ng mga tao ko, oftentimes hindi work-related. Often, galing ito sa labas. Problema mag-asawa, problema sa bahay, problema sa magulang kasi nanghihingi ng pera. And I realize these things will prevent them from really excelling pag hindi na-resolve. Kasi iniisip nila parati yun eh. Narinig niyo na ba yung prinsipyo na sasabihin sa'yo, oh, yung problema mo sa bahay, wag mo dalhin sa opisina ha. Sa bahay naman, sasabihin ng misis, yung problema mo sa boss mo, wag mo dalhin sa bahay ha. Pwede ba yun? Alam mo, pag nagkasakit ang anak mo, dala-dala mo yan sa trabaho. Pag masama ang loob mo sa mga kasama mo sa trabaho, na pagsabihan ka ng boss mo, dala-dala mo yan sa bahay. So realizing that they're connected, I make it a point to know the condition of my people. Where are they? The other reason why I believe this principle is powerful, kasi alam nyo, pagkausap nyo yung tao sa isang grupo, most of the time they don't remember what you are saying. Kasi hindi naman nila alam kung siya ang kausap mo. However, when I go with my people one-on-one, they get to ask me personal concerns and questions, and I get to answer. And napansin ko, mas naaalala nila yung sinabi ko. And in fact, they feel happy that I spend time with them. Sabi ko sa inyo, I'm a very, very strict boss. Kaso lang, yung mga tao ko always talk about the times we spend time together. And even up to today, they tell their friends, I was their best boss. Maski na reprimand ko sila. But even as I scold them and reprimand them, I lift them up. I encourage them and I show them importance. Alam nyo, I often do this event on times na hindi kailangan ng oras ko. What do I mean? Magla-lunch ako. Tatawagin ko yung isang tao, sabi ko, kausap tayo. Sabi niya, boss, ano pag-uusapan natin? Sabi ko, wala lang. Gusto ko man lang malaman, kamusta ka? So we sit down, we eat. Hindi ko naman binayaran yung meal nila. Total, magla-lunch sila, bumili sila ng meal nila, bumili ako ng meal ko. So here we are talking. And then marami silang sinasabi. Pag meron silang mali, I get to address that. Pag meron silang question, nakakausap ko sila. And then ito pa napansin ko. Ang taong kumakain, pag pinagalitan mo, hindi makareact. Kasi enjoy siya kumakain eh. Joke ko lang ho yun. However, it's a relaxed setting that I get to really influence them in a deeper way. Ganon din ho ang ginawa ko sa mga tao ko sa farm. When I come to the farm, I always tell them, Lika, lakad tayo, kwentuhan tayo. So when we go around the farm, aside from trying to address the concern of the farm, I often tell them, kamusta ka na? Ano ang nangyayari sa'yo? And then we eat together. Minsan nga may nangyayari pa sa amin, ang tagal ng lunch namin. Tapos sabihin ko sa kanila, wala ba kayong trabaho? Sabi nila, meron sir. O ba't pa kayo dito? Kasi sir, nandito ka pa eh. You know, they like spending time with me because they feel important. Friends, if you really want to bring out the potential of your people, know well the condition they are in. The things I'm teaching you about leadership is actually part of a program I also created during the pandemic because I was asked by some companies to teach them what I do as a leader, how I bring out the potential of my people. So there's a program called Leadership Development Program, which you may want to consider in the future. Friend, as I end, I want you to remember this image. I want you to remember that every person who come your way has the potential to become a successful financial advisors, but they do not become successful on their own. Someone must help them reach their potential. Someone willing to serve them, to bring them from where they are to where you want them to be. As I end lang, I just want you to know that I also wrote another book entitled Creating Wealth and Managing Finances. This is not about personal finance or investing. This is a book about creating wealth through business by working hard, by saving a lot, and by maximizing the return of your resources. So I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to hopefully influence your business and your future. I wish all of you well. I wish that all of you will be able to experience a breakthrough in your business so that all of us can live fruitful lives in the future. Maraming salamat.
Ayan, maraming salamat Sir Dodong for your wonderful session, no? So, napakadami naming takeaway. Actually, to be honest, no, yung mga iba sa poll, on time talaga, lalong-lalo na sa mga naghahabol talaga, ano, partner ng mga UM-ship, yung mga tipong mga demotivated ng mga financial consultants and such. Ayan. So, gustong-gusto ko,
Correct.
AA, yung sinabi ni, ano, no, ni Sir Dodong, i-motivate mo yung sarili mo para hindi ka magutom. Yun palang
Totoo
alone
naman.
yun palang alone partner motivation na siya. So
Yes.
anyway, ikaw AA.
For me, ang gusto ko doon is yung part na sinabi ni Sir Dodong na leadership is about bringing people from where they are to where you want them to be.
Yes,
No?
ang
I
ganda
think
nun partner.
na-encapsulate talaga niya yung message. Kasi syempre tayo, as financial consultants, meron din tayong ladders na, meron tayong ladder na sinusunod, no? We become a financial consultant, and then we become an AUM, and we become managers. So eventually, tuloy-tuloy. So yung leadership na gusto nating ma-achieve, maganda nun, dalin din natin yung ating mga kasama towards that goal. Yan.
Yes, ang ganda no partner. Lalong-lalo na yung sinabi din kanina ni Sir Dodong na ano, kapag pagdating sa recruitment, 'di ba, we always want to hire the best. Yun nga lang, 'di ba, hindi natin siya afford, 'di ba? So, syempre we as good leaders, kung talagang good leader talaga tayo, we can mold them to be the best. 'Di ba? At
Okay?
least, 'di ba, we are developing masterpiece. 'Yon, 'di ba? Gusto ko
Ganda.
'yung partner. 'Di ba? So
Tama.
anyway, guys, no. So we're opening the floor for some questions para sa ating guest speaker for tonight. Ayan. So sobrang haba po ng ating time for question and answer,
Q&A,
no.
yes.
Mm-mm. So ayan. Wala pa akong ano. Wala pa ako nakikitang questions, partner. Ikaw ba, partner, may question ka? Siguro ano, no, Sir Dodong, ako muna magka-question. Kasi na-mention niyo po sa amin kanina na baka nawawalan po ng mga tao yung mga ibang units, no?
Hmm.
Kasi hindi for example, parang hindi namin na-adjust, 'di ba, yung kailangan nila, hindi na-address yung kailangan nila and such. What if, for example, Sir Dodong, lahat nag-all out na yung leader. Tapos yung tao na po yung mismong yung mismong may problem. How do you motivate them po? Nagmamakaawa pa po ba kayo to bring them back or para i-CPR sila? Or you're looking for new people to join your organization?
Okay, ako, Cristel, no, when I was with HP, kung visit na ako sa'yo, tanggalin kita, palitan kita. Marami kaming pera nun eh, di ba? Ang problema ng industry nyo, wala naman kayong sweldo, di ba? Wala naman kayong ma-promise sa kanila. So ang tanong, ayaw pa rin niya mag-move. What do? You just remove. Ako today, I'm an entrepreneur. Pag nagbuhos ako ng oras sa isang tao, ang tinitingnan ko kagad, uy, pag umalis to, nawala yung investment ko. Like for example, you spend 6 months with a recruit. Uy, nag-invest ka dyan. Tapos papakawalan mo na lang. 'Di ba? Ako yun ang nakikita ko, nawalan ako ng pera nung umalis sila. So this is now what I do, Cristel. Well, totoo, meron talagang mga recruit na visit, no? Meron naman ganyan. Pero most of the time today, ang tanong ko, Dong, ano problema mo? Ba't hindi mo natulungan? Now, what am I saying? Kasi minsan, ang feeling nyo, ang walang kwenta yung tao. And fair enough yan. Pero ulitin ko, hindi yan ready to become a financial advisor. Hindi yan. In fact, kaya lang yan sila din dyan kasi gusto nilang gumawa ng pera. Yun naman ang totoo, di ba? Di ba, Cristel? Meron kayong mga noble plan, mga save lives, help them financially. Pero ang totoo, gusto nyo lang gumawa ng pera. So gusto nila mag-succeed. When my people are failing, ang tanong ko, Dong, how are you as a leader? Ba't hindi nakinig sa'yo? So now ang imbes na sila sisihin ko, ang tinatanong, how can you be a better person? Kasi every time sila aalis, nawawalan ako ng oras at saka pera. So kasi to me, your people is a reflection of your leadership. Minsan sabihin natin, walang talagang kwenta yung tao. Totoo naman eh. Sino ba sa recruit nyo ang mature? And you're now recruiting 20, 22, 24, 25. Akala nyo mature na kayo pag 24. Hindi pa kayo mature because wala pa kayo experience. So, yun ang ginagawa ko today, Crystal. I always ask myself, Dong, how are you as a leader? Bakit ganun? Ba't sila umalis? Now, Of course, meron talagang dapat umalis. Pero I don't also want to waste that experience. Umalis sila, wala man lang ako natutunan. Okay? Hindi rin ako makikiusap, pero I will try to be a better person. I will use every experience to grow myself. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, di ba? You don't only cultivate your people, you cultivate yourself. Okay,
Ayan,
sana
so ang ganda
nakatulong.
nun. Yes po. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Dodong. Ikaw, partner, may personal question ka ba before we
Um,
proceed din sa ibang gusto mo magtanong na
well, actually,
naka-raise ng hand?
yung mga naka-raise na. Actually, same, no? Kasi na-experience ko na before, sir, na parang umalis talaga yung mga tao. Napareflect ako, sino ba yung may mali? Ako ba or sila? Siyempre, maganda nun mag-introspect ka din kung saan ka ba din nagkulang as a leader. Yun. Pero natutunan ko siya na parang i-accept natin and then move on, tapos recruit na lang uli ng panibago. Baka hindi
Yeah.
for...
Can I react to that?
Yes, go, sir.
One of the things I want all of you to know, minsan minsan impatient kayo sa tao. Minsan nagmamadali kayo to succeed. I hope you will not mind me saying this. Mga bata pa kayo, I'm sure your mga 20 to 30s, mga ganon. You see, wisdom is developed over time. If you ask me, ako, when people ask me, what's the most important trait an entrepreneur should develop? Ako isa lang, humility. Anong humility? Kasi minsan madaling sisihin yung ibang tao for their weaknesses. Humility will always say, baka ako mali. Baka I can improve. You see, life is about gaining experience. Okay. Marami kayong nabasang libro, AA. Pero yung mga nagsulat doon, oftentimes, walang experience doon sa tinuturo nila. Ako, I wish you'd gain experience sa lahat ng failures, sa lahat ng rejection. Sorry Right. So, you gain experience. So, wag nyo rin sayangin. So, tama naman, mag-recruit kayo. Pero nakakapagod mag-recruit Napagod ka na mag-recruit, tuturuan mo pa na wala. So, I'd rather spend time retaining.
Yes. Yes. Totoo yan, sir. Sige, ina-note po namin yan definitely. Spend time retaining kung ano na yung meron. Okay, sir, meron na po raise ng hands, no? Starting with Gladys Joy Del Yomas. Gladys, pwede kang mag-unmute para matanong natin si Sir Dodong.
Ayun, thank you so much, Sir Dodong, dun sa inyong talk po. Actually, sobrang na-inspire. Parang nakinig po ako ng preaching. Thank you so much. Sobrang dami po ng wisdom. Yung question ko po, Sir Dodong, how do you transition? Kasi di ba po yung isa sa mga parang sinabi niyo po kanina, you have to check your team, for example, on our end, your teammates' condition, kung ano ba yung nangyayari behind yung pro-life nila, pro-work nila. So, how do you transition po from becoming a friend? Kasi parang basically, parang nagiging friend tayo when we consult about their personal problems, ganyan, to becoming their manager or a business owner na yun yung intention, which is to make them successful.
I can understand yan, Gladys, no? Kasi minsan yung recruit mo, kaibigan mo. Ngayon, magiging ka ng UM, di ba? Kailan ka ba, yun ang gusto malaman ni Cristel, kailan ka ba magiging UM? Kailan ka magko-commit, di ba? Yun yung mga tanong niya, di ba? But anyway.
Yun na po ako actually right
okay,
now.
UM na. So, magiging BM na lang. Ang tanong, kailan ka magiging...
Praying.
Okay.
2025 po, praying.
Okay. Ako, Gladys Kwan. Siguro I'm unique as a person because I'm really an introvert. Hindi ako mapakaibigan. The happiest time my happiest time is when I am alone. Pero I'm a very intentional person. Kakausapin kita. Pag kinausap kita, I set my limits. Sa simula pa lang, I set my limits. Meaning, like for example, tinanong ko siya, o kamusta pamilya mo, kamusta misis mo, kamusta anak mo, mga ganon. I make sure na I do not help outside what I am required. What do I mean? Hindi ako magpapahiram ng pera. Okay? I will advise them. I will not be their savior. I will help them process their struggle. Okay, let me give you an example Meron akong tao noon, ang galing-galing, ang sipag-sipag, walang tatalo sa sipag, hindi makakota parate. So I spent time with him and I learned na yung misis niya nagtatrabaho sa isang factory sa Laguna, siya nakatira sa Makati para malapit sa opisina, yung anak niya nasa Paranaque kasi nasa Lola. Ang gulo-gulo ng buhay nila. Kasi gusto nila two income. So I dared him. Sabi ko, alam mo, challenge yourself to have one income, yung business mo mag-alaga sa anak mo. Tapos, come together, sacrifice. I asked them to attend couple seminar para maintindihan nila. When they agreed, and it took around a year for them to agree to what I was saying. When they came together, alam mo ba, when I left HP, siya naging sales manager. Siya pumalit ng sales manager position ko. Okay? So hindi ko inayos yung problema niya. Tinulungan ko lang sila makahanap ng solusyon. I will not be personally involved, napapautangin ko sila. Hindi ko gagawin yon. I will help them. So yung couple seminar was done in the church. So dinala ko sila sa simbahan. So guide lang ako, hindi ako ang solusyon. So ganon, Gladys, you also need to set boundaries. Hindi ko sinasabing maging kaibigan ka, sinasabi ko maging leader ka. Anong leader? You will guide them to the right path. Diba? Bring them from where they are to where you want them to be. Okay?
Copy po. So, parang basically po, kasi parang ako po as unit manager, I have one-on-one coaching, talaga, with my teammates. Yun yung parang medyo na nahirapan po ako. But how do I transition from being someone na magli-listen sa problems nila to
Yeah,
someone
ako ang suggestion ko, Gladys, ako very effective yun eh. Sasamahan ko yung tao ko for one day. Hindi lang siya coaching. Sasamahan ko siya, meaning kumarap kami sa kliyente, kumain kami. So we get that chance to talk about many things. Okay? Kasi hindi lang siya one event. Sa akin, hindi siya one event. Pag nagtutulong ka sa isang FA mo, sasamahan ko talaga siya the whole day. Okay? So kumarap sa kliyente, nagkape, nag-drive, and my people enjoyed that experience. Maski napapagalitan ko sila pag may mali sila.
Okay. Okay po. Genuine rin talaga. Bonding. Ganun po, Sir Dodong. Sige po. Thank you po.
Ayan, so parang naputol po ata yung ating speaker. Pero ayan. Hello Sir Dodong.
Sorry,
Ayan, welcome back.
yung link ko na wala, pasensya na. Sige, sabi ko sa iyo minsan na di-disconnect. Okay.
Hindi, okay lang po. So anyway, thank you Gladys for your wonderful question. Hello UM. So anyway, meron pa pong nag-raise ng hand. I'm not sure kung magtatanong po sila ng question, pero sige, let's try. From Zerine Sevilla. Ayan, so may question po. Hello, Miss Zerine Sevilla.
Ay, hindi po. Wala po. Napindot lang.
Napindot lang. Okay, sige.
Alright.
So anyway, sige, yung isa pang nag-raise ng hand, si Miss Danica Villar.
Yung question ko po is about building discipline po sa mga sa mga minamanage po na tao, or yung mga taong gusto po nilang ma-achieve yung goal nila, over-motivated, gustong-gusto yung, alam niyo po yun, super gusto nilang gawin yung work, pero yung discipline laging nagpe-fail. Ano po yung best practices niyo po to develop discipline sa inyong mga tao po?
Alam mo, Danica, I always tell people, gusto mo maging disiplinado, maging empleyado ka. Bakit? Pag empleyado ka, dapat you're there on time, hindi ka pwede malate, dapat ganito, maraming rules, no? Unfortunately, many people, kaya ayaw maging empleyado kasi napipilit sila ng kumpanya to be disciplined. And unfortunately, Danica, mas maraming tao ngayon ang hindi disiplinado. And yun yung iba doon, umalis sa trabaho nila, pupunta sa iyo, ngayon ikaw sasalunon. Okay? Paano mo siya ididisiplina? Siguro dalawa struggle ko diyan, Danica. Mahirap tulungan ang ayaw magpatulong. Di ba, may taong excited pero hindi disiplinado. While tutulungan ko siya, hindi siya ang una kong tutulungan. Tutulungan ko yung gustong magpatulong. Marami sa inyo, marami mga millennials, mga Gen Z, ang ganda ng panaginip. Pero hanggang panaginip lang, walang action. Ako, tutulungan ko, ipa-prioritize ko yon. Yung maski hindi ako namimili ng magaling ha. Namimili ako ng willing, yung masipag. In fact, I always in my career I always choose yung masipag. Like for example, somebody asked me, "O anong gusto mo magpapang-asawa ng anak mong babae?" Isa lang sagot ko, masipag. Ano hinahanap mo sa tao? Isa lang parate, masipag. Okay? Kasi ang masipag madaling turuan. So pag nag-recruit ka walang disiplina, you see discipline must come from them, especially sa trabaho ninyo because all of you are entrepreneurs. 'Di ba yun ang mindset nyo, all of you are entrepreneurs. How can an entrepreneur require someone else to discipline him? So yun lang siguro, Danica. Ang hirap explain, no? Kasi one, wala kang sweldo pang-control, 'di ba? You just can motivate them. Pero at the end of the day, they have to make a decision. I will do these things. So ako lang ganon. Empleyado ko, kaya kong disiplinahin. May sweldo eh. Kayo wala kayong ganong control. So I will just prioritize sino tutulungan ko. So kung magre-recruit ka, Danica, in the future, maghanap ka ng masipag. Hindi yung magaling magkwento, yung masipag.
Thank you po. Thank you, Sir Dodong.
Thank you,
Yun po
Danica.
talaga, yung mga gusto pong magpatulong, ipa-priority.
Tulungan mo yung gusto magpatulong. Parang sinasabi ko nga sa Danica, like for example, sabihin, may nagsasabi sa akin, "Oh, how do you change a person pag ganito?" Sabi ko, I'm not in the business of changing a person. I'm in the business of improving a person. Naintindihan niyo yun? Pag pumasok, masamang ugali, wala ako sa business na baguhin siya. Pag business ko, improve siya para matulungan niya yung kumpanya. Ganon din tingin ko sa inyo. You're not in the business of changing a person. Hindi nyo kaya yun. Okay, hindi nga nyo kaya mabago asawa niyo, mga mister o misis, di ba? Iba pa kaya tao. Joke lang yun.
Thank you po, Sir Dodong. Maraming
Thank you,
salamat po sa
Danica.
evening. Thank you po.
Thank
Alright.
you.
Now, Sir Dodong, meron pa po tayo dito isa, no? From
Sure.
Jonel Alisa Prudente. Sabi niya, Sir Dodong, sobrang ganda ng mindset and perspective nyo. Now, the question is, how do you maintain it on days na challenging or overwhelming ang circumstances?
Ako, Janelle, simple lang talaga. You get overwhelmed when you think about the big problem, do? O yung target. Tapos saan pa kayo pupunta? Ano ba yung pupuntahan ninyo? Kinento sa akin kanina nila Crystal at ni AA yan eh. Meron kayong hinahabol na pupuntahan. 'Di ba? So, bisa iniisip nyo, ang layo ko pa. Oy, ganito, ang dami kong problema. Ako, I've learned to simplify my life. Ang concern ko lang is everyday. I just want to be the best every day. Na I can maximize. Sometimes we get paralyzed worrying about tomorrow. Well, you see, you cannot control tomorrow. The only thing you can control is today. So ito, decide ko, I just want to be the best every day, to do everything I can today. Paano tomorrow? Tomorrow, I will still try to do my best tomorrow. Kasi ito na discover ko. There's a verse in the Bible, Matthew 6:34. Sabi niya, do not worry about tomorrow. Okay? For tomorrow will care for itself. Today has enough trouble. What does that mean? I only worry about today. If I do my best today, tomorrow will be okay. So, para hindi ka ma-overwhelm sa challenges mo, do not worry, do not focus on what you can do tomorrow. Focus on what you can do today. Like for example, in your business, paramihan ng kliyente makausap. Ang narinig ko, pwede ng 2. Sa akin, hindi pwedeng 2. Dapat 5. Sa HP noon, 5 kami. Dapat may 5 kaming kausap every day because it's a numbers game. Diba? If I talk to 5 people every day, yung target na hinahabol ng kumpanya, kaya ko yon. But if you worry about sino kakausapin ko, so ganun lang ako I simplify my life. I only worry about today. How can I be the best today?
Ang ganda. Tama-tama yan, sir. Maganda yun na mindset talaga. Gawin mo yung kaya mo lang muna today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Kasi pag ginawa mo nga naman today, hindi ka mag-aalala for tomorrow kasi ginagawa mo lang siya everyday. So, consistent. Ang ganda nun. Thank you, sir. Ayan. Meron pa tayong mga questions dito, partner. Sabi
Meron
dito,
ako nakita dito, partner, no. Ito
Go.
yung ito yung isa sa mga kasi 'di ba, yung mga ibang leaders, 'di ba, strict. So yung mga ibang mga rookies, yung mga ibang Yung mga tipong medyo bago-bago pa ng konti, 'pag medyo napagsasabihan, medyo sumasama yung loob, 'no? So
Mm,
may tanong po dito, how do you manage to be strict but at the same time hindi po nadi-discourage yung mga team members niyo?
yeah.
Ako, Cristel, I always differentiate. Para bang, one of my ability noon, tuwang-tuwa mga tao ko, correct, si Cristel at si AA, may ginawa si AA na mali. I will be scolding AA, pero nakikipagtawanan ako kay Cristel all at the same time, ha? All at the same time. At the same time, nanggagalit ako sa nakikipagtawanan. Bakit? I only address the issue, never the person. I always assume that the person is good, pero nagkakamali. So ayusin ko yung mali. Hindi ko insultuhin yung tao. So magkaiba yon. I will never tell, bobo ka talaga, ang bagal-bagal mo, ang hina mo. I will not. I will address the concern. So stick ako, para for example, usapan natin, di ba? Nag-usap tayo. Meron kayong ganun, di ba? Usapan natin, ito gagawin nyo. Eh, hindi niya ginawa. Papagalitan ko yon. And I will tell them anong nawawala. The other thing I do, minsan kasi pag nagagalit kayo sa tao nyo, sasabihin nyo, hindi mo ba alam na sa kumpanya ganito? Hindi mo ba alam na si BM ganito, si DM ganito? I never use other people as a reason bakit nila dapat gawin. I use them. Ano ibig sabihin? Kung si AA may ginawang mali, sasabihin ko, hindi mo ba alam, ikaw nawawalan dyan? Pag hindi mo to ginawa, ikaw ang lugi. Kanina I was telling you na pag meron kang hindi ginawa, pag hindi mo binotivate sarili mo, ikaw naman magugutom eh. So may style akong ganon. Hindi ko sasabihin, pag hindi mo na-meet yung target mo, tatanggalin ka ng kumpanya. I will not do that. Okay? Sasabihin ko, pag hindi ka nagbenta, ikaw magugutom. Do you understand the reference? Kasi now I talk to him as a person. Hindi ko siya pinipressure because of the company. I appeal to the person. So ganun siguro, Cristel. I don't know, sana makatulong yan sa inyo.
Ang ganda po nun, sir. Oo, address the issue, no? Not the person, no?
Yes.
So ayan, so ang ganda. So
Yeah. Partner, may nag-raise ng hand si Emeline Hernandez
from
from
DDLIA.
DDLIA.
Yes, oo.
Go, Emeline.
Yes, good evening po, sir. Good evening po, Sir
Good evening,
Dodong.
Emily.
Opo, thank you, siksik liglig po yung lahat ng sinabi niyo. Anyway, sir, talking about the leadership, sinabi niyo po kanina na kailangang makikinig ka sa subordinate mo. Aalamin mo yung personal din nila para yung communication is buo. Kayo po as a leader, hanggang saan po yung ibibigay niyo rin na, siyempre, we are normal leader, normal people, may personal din po kayong problema, may family problem din kayo, may business problem din kayo. Yun po ba ay sinishare nyo rin? Kasi dapat, di ba, give and take para mabuo yung friendship nyo or ano nyo eh. Para mag-stay siya. Because of my experience, kaya ako nag-stay kasi I'm still in corp. At the same time, part-time sa Pro Life. And hopefully,
Yan.
mag-full-time ako sa Pro Life.
Yan.
Then, ano po yun eh. Kaya ako nag-stay pa sa kanya. Dahil nakita ko po yung leadership niya eh. Kaya ang tanong ko po dito, hanggang saan po yung isi-share nyo sa employee nyo, personal ninyong, personal struggle nyo, parang ganun po. Thank you po.
Okay, Emily, ako I share to the point that they can relate. Ano ibig sabihin? I will use my experience para alam nila tao ka lang, di ba? Minsan ang leader, kala mo hindi nagkakamali. You notice in the video, I would even share to you my mistakes. Nagkamali ako dito. The reason I do that para naintindihan mo na pare-pareho lang tayo. I will not share yung malalim, yung business ko, ganito yun. Pag matulog yun, gano'n. But I will also share my struggle with my wife. Di ba? Para lang alam nila na pareho tayo and hindi nagkakamali. Ako, I like doing that. I like sharing my mistakes. Because when I share my mistakes, they can say, pareho lang kami. Okay? So ganun, kung sa sharing lang hanggang dun ako, I will use my story to bless other people.
Thank
Okay?
you po, sir. Opo. Kasi in my experience talaga, sa boss ko, bakit ako nag-stay? Kasi, kumbaga, kumbaga,
Yeah.
kita ko yung leadership niya eh. Yung pag nawala ka, kailangan ka niya.
That's
So,
good.
vice versa. Ganun
That's
lang
good.
yun po. Thank you
That's
po.
very good.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
That's very good. Okay.
Ayan,
Yun.
so thank you, thank you, thank you. Sir, meron pa pong question dito. Sir Dodong, naka-experience na po ba kayo previously na yung leader nyo ang lack of motivation to his staff and lack of leadership but the staff are trying to be better? Ano po yung advice nyo for the staff to continue to be motivated kahit kulang sa support ng leader?
Ito concern ko sa inyong lahat, ha. This is a question for everybody, no. This is a concern for everybody, no. Yung leader ko ganito, yung kasama ko ganito. Minsan may nagtanong pa sa akin, Cristel, no, sabi niya, anong gagawin ko? Toxic yung mga kasama ko. So may tinanong ko siya, Cristel, sabi ko, yung kasama mo ba na toxic? Ganyan ba siya sa lahat ng tao? Tapos sabi niya, hindi ho. So iba lang sa amin. Sabi ko, baka naman ikaw ang toxic. Huwag kayong magagalit, ha? Huwag kayong magagalit. Okay? Ano point ko? You see, I struggle today that you find reasons, you find people people to blame for where you are today. Yung boss ko ganito, yung kasama ko ganito. Alam mo, pag parati mo silang ginagamit, ikaw lugi. Di ba? Yung boss ko hindi magaling. Ano ngayon? Di galingan mo pa rin para bakit mo papayagan yung boss mo sirain yung future mo? Yung boss ko kulang ng empathy. Ano ngayon? You see, siguro I'm saying this because during our time, sa panahon ko, para lang maintindihan nyo, I am 60 years old today. So medyo yung sa experience namin noon, bahala ka sa buhay mo, itutulak ka sa swimming pool, bahala ka sa buhay mo. Okay? So we have to survive. Kayo today, para bang dapat yung leader, dapat may mentor, dapat may coach, dapat may ganito, dapat lahat may ganon, no? And lugi kayo when you always look for someone to blame. Ako, ang wish ko, you would always take control of yourself. Yung boss ko mahina. Ano ngayon? Di gagalingan ko. Di ba? Yung kasama ko toxic. Ano ngayon? Di I will learn to become a better person. You see, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Kung mahina mo boss mo, di ba dapat sabi mo, I will be better. Tapos sabi, wala akong model. Sa pro-life, ang dami-dami yung model, di ba? Pwede nga kayo magpaturo dun sa ibang manager, di ba? You can always decide to choose a model. Do not limit yourself to, dapat may mentor ako, dapat may coach ako. I had none. I took care of myself. Ngayon lang naman, I get a chance to share with you what I know. Pero ngayong gabi lang to, di ba? Ngayong gabi lang. Okay? I am sure if you compare me with some of your leaders, you will be disappointed. Ba't ka madi-disappoint? Respect na meron siyang kulang. Pero do not allow that leader to define who you are. Di ba? Be a better person.
Tama naman. And talagang yung maturity dapat laging nandun, no? Kapag nag-reviews mo yan. And sir, no, speaking of, sabi niyo po 60, parang hindi naman po halata. Pili ko mga 45 lang, ganun.
Marami nagsakit. Okay,
Talaga ba?
naghihina na.
Pero parang
Wala
40
pa
lang
masyado.
talaga, sir. Ayan. Yung
Parang mga
age
nasa
naman,
50s lang.
Di ba?
Salamat.
Hello, sir. My question po, how do you manage naman, halimbawa yung people is older than you are, tapos matigas po yung ulo niya. So, paano daw po yun, sir?
You see, respeto yan eh. Everybody, if you are respectable, they will listen. Ano ibig sabihin? I'd like to address lang, meron tong tanong si Jean Recto, no? Kasi I think konektado siya. If you will allow me to just read it, sabi niya, what do you do if they don't want to listen? Okay? Ano po ang gagawin pag gusto way lang po nila ang nasusunod? It's natural, no? Pero itong kwan ko, if you will not listen to them, they will not listen to you. Mas matanda eh. Kaya yung mga tanda ayaw makinig sa iyo kasi merong yabang yan, di ba? Mas marami akong alam sa iyo in terms of years. So, you need to gain respect. And oftentimes, people will listen to you if you will listen to them. Ibig sabihin, meron silang gustong sabihin, ayaw mo makinig kasi leader ka. Lalo silang hindi makikinig sa iyo. Kaya nga ako, I will always emphasize na the most important thing you need to learn is humility. Huwag kayo kagad magagalit. Pag ina-offend, for example, may nasabi siya na offend ka, don't take that personally. Ask yourself, ba't na nasabi yun? O ano ba dapat kong baguhin? If you notice, my teaching is always you improve yourself. You take whatever rejection or concern you have and use that to improve yourself. Ayaw makinig ng mas matanda sa'yo. Then makinig ka muna. Baka meron siyang sinasabi. Pag rinespeto mo siya, rirespetuhin ka rin niya. Di ba? If they can see that you are a fair person, kasi di ba, pati nga AA, mga bata na FA nyo, challenge kayo. Di ba? So, lalo na pag mas matanda sa'yo, challenge ang leadership mo. Sa akin, pag ayaw makinig ng mas matanda sa'yo, treat it as a challenge to your leadership. That they're challenging you to be a better person. Do not be offended. Do not take it personally. Kasi in the first place, hindi kayo magkakilala. Hindi kayo magkamag-anak. Di ba? So he will not do something personal against you. Kayo lang naman Pilipino, mga Pilipino, lahat na lang pinipersonal, di ba? Kala mo lahat, parang inaaway. Walang pinipersonal. Okay? Sorry, may tumatawag. Sorry. But anyway, sige. Okay tayo?
Ayan. Sige, Sir Dodong. Meron pa pong question dito, no? Since may mga rookies din po kami dito, no? So as a
Yes.
rookie po, should I build my credibility first before recruiting?
Merong I don't know if you go to church o kung ano simbahan nyo, but in most churches today, they will ask you to share your faith. Di ba? Share your belief. And minsan, ang hirap i-share yung belief. People will always challenge you. They debate on what you know. Like for example, I showed you verses. Some people will debate me. Do you know why people do not debate me a lot? Because I show them proof I showed them proof na nagawa ko na. Parang when you're recruiting, when you're recruiting, you're telling your friend, uy, sama ka sa akin kasi maganda ang pro-life, maganda ang buhay natin dito. Pero pag hindi niya makita sa'yo, di ba hindi maniniwala yon? So before you recruit, make sure meron kang kwento, meron sila nakikita sa buhay mo. I always believe, Cristel, you can never argue with success. Pag successful ka, people will be naturally drawn to you. Di ba? So work on yourself first, make yourself successful, then mas madaling mag-recruit. Yun ang belief ko. Okay?
Ayan. So, salamat.
Thank
Ayan.
you. Parang si Miss Danica Villar nagre-raise ng hand.
Ulit ng hand. Oo.
Yes.
Ay, so eto po follow-up question lang po dun sa narinig ko kanina na in order, parang pag magsosolve ng problem ng ibang tao para tulungan sa kanila, we are telling stories na to the point na makaka-relate sila. Narinig niyo na po ba yung main character syndrome?
No.
Kasi po, parang usually yung mga younger generation ngayon, if you tell them na yung personal story mo, kung paano mo siya na-overcome, parang ang point of view nila is, ikaw kasi yan. Iba
Okay.
ako. So, parang ganun po yung main character syndrome na sinasabi nila na, parang you are just trying to help them kasi nakarelate ka rin ganyan. Pero ang pinupunto nila is, ikaw yan hindi naman ako ikaw. So, how do
Okay.
you handle that person?
Narinig ko na yan, Danica. Narinig ko na yung gano'n, yung ikaw yan Okay? Siguro dalawang bagay, tinulungan mo, rineject ka. Hindi mo na kita tutulungan, ayaw mo makinig sa akin Di ba, tinulungan mo On the other hand, balik ako sa sinabi ko, develop yourself. Make yourself so successful that they cannot argue with you. Ako gusto ko, like for example, today I get the chance to talk to people, di ba? One of the reasons why they want to listen to me is because some people will say, I like your life. I like your life. Paano mo ginawa yan? So, yun nga gusto kong gawin nyo. Make your life so attractive, so successful that they would want to follow you. Di ba? People will always follow successful people. So, yun ang challenge sa inyo. Make yourself so successful that they will listen to you. Mga bata ngayon, namimili ng susundin. Meron susunod kay Rendon Labador, may susunod kay Vice Ganda, di ba? Mali talaga yung susunod, di ba? Because those guys made their life attractive eh. Ako, I wish you would make your lives attractive. Di ba? Kasi susunod yun. And meron taga ganon, Danica, ayaw makinig sa'yo. They're just too proud to listen. Yun, hindi pa nagpapatulong yun. Katulad ng sabi ko sa'yo, kung meron kang tutulungan, prioritize. Yung ayaw makinig sa'yo, di wag muna. Di ba? Make sure lang na you are there when gusto na nila makinig. Okay?
Thank you po, sir. Thank you po. Wala pa naman po ako na-encounter, pero yun lang. Just in case na nag-pop sa mind ko kasi lagi siyang trend ngayon sa social media. So, naisip ko, what if
totoo.
meron akong gawang recruit, sabihin, ikaw yan eh. Ayun
Narinig
na
ko
pala.
na yan. Narinig ko na yung comment na yan.
Ayan, sige. So anyway, moving forward dito sa ating next question, no? Dito, yan. Question po about business. Yan. What makes you decide po to create your own business and quit your corporate job? Pero siguro, Sir Dodong, mas maganda kung i-ano natin siya, no? Ma-connect natin siya with the business ng, pagkakaroon din ng, alam nyo po yun, yung parang I mean, agency leader dito sa life insurance industry. Ayan. Kasi yung mga iba din po dito, natatakot sila to quit their corporate jobs, no? Kasi baka yun nga mawala yung mga 15, 30, ganyan. So natatakot sila mag full-time. So how can you motivate din po kaya?
Well, ako, yung story ko, mahaba yung story ko. Wala naman akong planong umalis sa HP. But there was a series of miracles that made me leave. Maniwala man kayo hindi, nakarinig ako ng boses that told me to leave. I was always spending time with the Lord. So anyway, mahaba yon. If you cannot buy the book, Breaking Through, sa YouTube, andun yung testimony namin. Dodong Kakanando's journey, o sino si Dodong Kakanando. So kinento ko yon. But anyway, nasa corporate ka, maganda maging financial advisor. Now, pagiging financial advisor, ang kaya ko gusto industry nyo, kasi nga, para kang nagnegosyo, wala kang ipinuhunan. Ako, namuhunan. Bago ako kumita, babayaran ko lahat ng obligasyon ko, empleyado, expenses, bago ako kumita. Kayo, magbenta lang kayo, kita kagad. However, you need to understand that is hard work. Dati ayaw mo 8 to 5. Sabi, ayaw ko ng 8 to 5 para akong prisoner. Kung gusto mo mag-succeed as a financial advisor, you must be willing to work 10 hours sa simula. Narinig niyo yan, sabihin sa'yo, entrepreneurship is freedom to do what I want, when I want, how I want. Hindi totoo yun. When you become an entrepreneur sa simula, you need to be a slave to your business. Pero ito dapat yung gawin. Nasa korporasyon ka pa. Ang ganda ng upside ng pagiging financial advisor o maging BM, di ba kasi now you control your income. Ulitin ko ha, wala kayong puhunan. Pero para comfortable kayo, work up to the point na yung benta mo matches your salary. When pareho na sila, yung benta mo tsaka yung salary mo nag-match na, now pwede mo nang isipan, meron ka ng enough momentum to leave one of your salary kasi may momentum ka na. One of the things I want you to understand sa negosyo nyo, dapat nyo ginagawa, yung nabentahan nyo na, nanganganak yon. If you remember kanina, sabi ko, meron akong dinevelop na training, Financial Advisor's Journey to Fruitfulness. It's a training that helps you, gives you a entrepreneurial mind. And in that training, I have a very simple strategy. Di ba nahirapan kayo maghanap ng kliyente? Yung bang posibleng bibili? So you go around trying to look for customer. Ako, simple lang ang mindset ko. Dapat lahat ng kliyente ko nanganganak. Remember, I was telling you, yung 20 ko na kliyente sa simula, naging 250. Saan nanggaling yung 250? Kaibigan nila yon. Sa insurance industry, pag meron ka ng momentum, dapat ang una mong binibentahan, yung nabentahan mo na. Ganun ang mindset ng entrepreneur. Kaso lang, sabi ko kanina, most of you are hunters. Pagkabenta ng isa, naghanap na naman ng bibentahan. Ba't hindi mo alagaan yung nabentahan mo para ipakilala niya kanya sa lahat ng mga kaibigan mo? Eh, di ba mas madali yun? Alam mo ba, meron ako naturuan nun during pandemic. The lady was about to quit 2021. She was about to quit kasi wala siyang benta. Yung branch nila decided to take up that financial advisor's journey to fruitfulness. Pagdating ng July, nag-MDRT. Ang ginawa lang niya, binalikan lang niya lahat na nagbentahan niya. Eh, pandemic eh. Di ba yung nabentahan niya, nasa bahay lang. Mamaya, pinapakilala siya. So yun lang ang tingin ko sa inyo. Kung gusto niyo talaga unlimited yung potential nyo, mag full-time kayo. But you will never achieve that financial potential kung hati pa rin kayo. Nagtatrabaho ka, nagbibenta ka. Pero ako, I don't want you to take the risk. Work your business to the point na pareho na yung benta mo at saka yung sweldo mo. Then pwede ka nang bumitaw sa isa kasi may momentum na yung profession mo as an advisor o as a manager. Okay? Sana tama yung turo ko sa inyo, no?
Ayan. So, thank you. Thank you, Sir Dodo. Meron po ako nakita dito, paano po if a person is nai-intimidate sa inyo? Like, kayo po, successful ka na, pero okay naman sila, parang they're afraid to join your team kasi alam nila na magaling ka kaya ka nagiging ganyan. Actually, sir, na-experience namin yan na may mga, for example, yung mga talagang nakasanayan nila na achievers talaga way back nung mga high school, 'di ba, nung mga college, ganon. So parang yung mga ibang tao, naging successful ka lang naman diyan sa pro dahil magaling ka naman na talaga. So how can you motivate those kind of people?
Kaya nga kailangan mo mag-build ng relationship sa kanila. Minsan naman ang nangyayari, Cristel, na-notice, hindi lang to sa industry ninyo ha, pati sa network marketing industry, I get to talk to them. Minsan ang pinapakita, kotse, damit, yung ganon, yung lahat ng bongga, no, yun ang pinapakita. So yung recruit, matatakot, kaya ko ba talaga gawin yung ginagawa mo? So I told some of my friends in network marketing, sabi ko, huwag mong pakita yung kotse. Ikwento mo kung paano ka nagsimula. Nung finally, kwento niya paano siya nagsimula na naman siya ng simple. Minsan lang, in your business, kala mo ma-encourage yung ibang tao pag pinakitaan mo ng bonggang relo, bonggang computer, bonggang ganito, minsan lalo silang na-intimidate. Kasi hindi nila alam kung kakayanin nila. But di ba, bago nyo nakuha yung malalaking yun, it took time. Nagsimula naman tayo lahat pare-pareho. So, ako, I will go down to that level and tell them, ganito ako nagsimula. Kasi kailangan ko silang tulungan kung gusto mo silang sumunod sa'yo. Di ba? Tutulungan ba? Sabi ko, leadership is about bringing them from where they are to where you want them to be. E pinakitaan mo ng lahat ng bonggang ginagawa mo. Gusto nila yon, pero hindi nila alam paano gagawin yon. Ako, tutulungan ko siya. Tutulungan ko sa kanila paano ako dumating doon. You notice, di ba kanina, in my story, I will tell you, I struggled for the first 4 years. Ito problema ko. Bakit? Because I want you to relate to me. Na-struggle din kami. If I showed you the farm na maganda na kagad, many of you will not listen to me. Sasabihin niyo, katulad sabi ni Danica, ikaw yan eh. Iba kami. Okay?
Ayan. So, feeling ko, sir, naubos na namin yung questions.
Kaya nga eh.
And, feeling ko maingay to sa mga kanya-kanyang mga group chats. Ayan, kasi halos lahat talaga is na-address naman when it comes to leadership and when it comes to motivation. So, anyway, Sir Dodong, meron pa po ba nga habol for question?
Yeah.
Ayan, so parang wala na, partner. Parang wala
Pero
na, no?
if ever na meron silang mga maisipan na questions in the future, sir, paano po nila kayo pwedeng ma-reach out?
Do you have Facebook account?
Yeah, meron akong Facebook account. I have a Facebook page. Yung account namin is Simila sa Kinabuhi, yung foundation namin. But Dodong Kakanando is a Facebook page. Pero meron din sana akong gustong i-announce sa inyo. You see, one of the most important thing you need to develop in all business is character. So I have a weekly values formation lesson every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Ang tawag niya, Breaking Through. Now, all of you can join that. You can listen to me 4 to 5 p.m. And normally, yung video niyan, we let it stay for a couple of days. So I did this para matulungan ko yung mga tao mag-develop ng tamang ugali. Yung Breaking Through, Cristel, in in the first week of the month, we talk about work. In the second week of the month, we talk about character. In the third week of the month, we talk about money. And then fourth week, we talk about life, family, and other things. So baka gusto yung tingnan yon, libre lang yon. To most people, libre yon. You can just watch. Breaking Through ang pangalan. And you can go to my Facebook page. Pero may ibang tao, they subscribe. Anong they subscribe? Because they like access to the old videos. They'd like to review the lesson on their own time. Pag mag-subscribe ka as a person, you go to YouTube, you subscribe for 599 pesos ata yun. You have access to the other videos. Kung gusto niyo yun, baka tulong sa character development niyo. Okay? But pag may tanong kayo, you can send me a message sa Messenger.
Ayan, and
Ayan,
also
sige po.
nakalagay na din dito yung Facebook link from Business Guru. Siguro guys, click nyo na, then add na natin si Sir agad-agad.
Ayan, so new followers, sir. Ayan, so
Salamat.
nasa sir, nasa 52K followers na po si Sir Dodong Kakanando. Ayan, so let's help him, ayan, to reach more Filipinos na matutulungan when it comes to this kind of sessions, no? So
Yes.
ayan, so anyway, Sir Dodong, ayan, maraming salamat po for your
Salamat sa
time.
inyo lahat.
And ayan, siguro sir, mag-picture na lang din po
Sure.
tayong lahat. Ayan. Sige, magpipicture tayo lahat, guys, ha? So, guys, if you can open your camera, please do so. Ayan, so para ma-send po natin kay Sir Dodong itong ating, ma-post niya sa social media na, kasi parang nakita ko, sir, nag-talk ka sa Sun Life. So, dapat, sir, meron ka ding talk sa Pro Life dun sa post mo. Charot! Biglang, di ba ganun, no?
Depende lang sa inyo yan.
Biglang
I'll be
ganun,
very
eh.
happy
Okay.
to help kung kuan.
Diba? Sige. So anyway, first page. Ay, dali. I-spotlight ko lang saglit si sir. Ayan, okay. First page. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait lang po. Ayan, second page. Keep smiling, guys. Ayan. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, second page. Ayan. So, guys, wag kayong wag kayong mangangawit. Kasi maraming pages to. Okay, sige, wait lang po. Next page. Ayan. Okay. Sige, okay. Tulungan po natin ang bawat isa na makabuild ng portfolio. Ayan, sige. So, 4/15. Smile lang, guys, ha? Smile. Okay, smile, smile, smile. Okay. So, guys, pwede nyo siyang ipang-branding na nakapag-talk po sa atin si Sir Dodong. Ayan. Sige, okay. Okay, 5/15. Okay, sige lang. Keep smiling, keep smiling. Okay. Okay, malapit na tayo matapos, guys. Sa kalahati na.
Konti na
Ayan,
lang.
sige. Konti na lang. Okay, sige. Keep smiling lang, guys. Okay. Keep smiling, keep smiling. Ayan. Ayan, keep smiling lang, everyone. Ayan, medyo patapos na tayo. Okay, ayan. Sige. Keep smiling lang. Okay. Sige, wait lang po. Ayan, sige. Okay. So, 5 more pages to go. Sige, okay. Sige, okay. So, 4 more to go. Okay, 3. Ayan. 3. Okay, 2. Ayan. Sige. And for the last page, okay
Ayan.
po.
Last page.
Ayan. Okay, last page na. Ayan, congratulations everyone. Anyway, guys, no, don't forget na mag-thank you kay Sir Dodong
Yes.
for making time, no, for this fruitful. Yun nga, no, parang nakinig kami ng gospel. Parang preaching. Oo, parang
Thank you,
nakinig
sir.
kami. So, thank you so much for the reflections. Ayan, to be a better person. Yun talaga, guys, be the better person. So, yun ang
Maraming salamat po, Sir Dodong.
takeaway. Maraming sir.
Salamat sa inyo. Salamat for having me tonight. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. And, ayun, partner.